Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So police departments across the country are now investigating to determine if or how any of their officers may have taken part in this attempted coup and insurrection that took place last week at the Capitol. Attendance at the rally isn't in and of itself a crime, but if the officers entered the property or took part in the violent chaos that took part at the Capitol, that would be a violation of law and they could be fired for those actions. There's also something else that I hadn't thought of that some of these police departments are noting as a reason for termination, which I'll get to in a minute. But one officer from Baltimore or the Baltimore area has been suspended due to his involvement in this terrorist attack. A Maryland cop has also been suspended with pay, however, pending an investigation. 2 Seattle officers have been placed on administrative leave and their cases have been referred for internal investigation. These 2 officers from Seattle both attended the violent attack and they were captured in photos posted on social media. None of these officers that I just mentioned have been publicly named so far. A Pennsylvania police officer, also named Thomas Goldie, is now being investigated. He was seen in photos from the rally wearing a MAGA hat, which read, "Trump MAGA 2020, fuck your feelings." His police chief said that Goldie most likely didn't take part in the invasion of the Capitol, but they're looking into it further. A New Hampshire police chief named Dave Ellis is now facing demands for his resignation. His residents discovered that he attended Trump's rally, and Ellis claims that he did not take part in the insurrection, and he actually condemned the violence that took place. He also said that he does recognize that Biden is the rightful winner, and he claims to have only attended the rally out of support for Trump. I find this very hard to believe, considering that the intention of the rally that day was in direct conflict with what was taking place. The whole purpose of that rally was to say that you don't agree with Biden's win and that it was illegitimate and that the whole election was rigged. So yeah, you're going to take off time from work. You're going to put out good money, risk COVID, by the way, to go support what? I'm sorry, I don't buy it. He may not have been in the Capitol. I'm not saying that he was on the grounds or in the Capitol, but I don't buy that this guy thinks that Biden is the rightful winner and that he doesn't believe Trump's lies. I just don't buy it. In addition to all of these people, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office in San Antonio, Texas, has announced an internal investigation of a sheriff's lieutenant named Roxanne Mathai. Mathai posted videos of herself at the Capitol where she was wrapped in a Trump flag. However, she also stated that she would not enter the building along with others. And the Oakland, California Police Department is taking possibly the strongest stance so far, and this goes back to what I said at the beginning. They've actually committed to taking action against any officer who even shows support for this violent coup attempt last week. The Oakland Police Department said that it, quote, will not allow any members to engage in or support this type of content and will root out this conduct anywhere within the department. So they're referring to social media content. And apparently they've already opened an investigation into officers who liked or expressed support for these terrorist attacks, which was shared on social media by a retired Oakland cop. So they're reviewing this, and I'll explain in a minute why this actually could be a fireable offense. The Houston, Texas police chief, Art Acevedo, seems to agree with this. So this is where I'll explain. Acevedo said that there's a difference between attending a political rally while not in uniform, which is allowed, versus engaging in violent behavior or violating department codes, which is not allowed and which is a fireable offense. He also said, in regard to these social media issues, quote, "If you're openly liking and supporting comments conveying support for people who had nooses or were screaming about finding the Vice President of the United States and harming him, and who were caught with Molotov cocktails, you'll likely receive severe sanctions." So I would hope they would receive more than severe sanctions for something like that. I hope that they would be fired, especially for having Molotov cocktails. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.